This is a collection of slides that have been converted to digital, and the pictures were slides that I had taken with a 35 millimeter camera in 1965, and some of them are from the Philippines, some are from Japan, some are from, I believe, Hong Kong, and they are a mixture. So at some point maybe I would like to try to reorganize them, but at the present time I'm trying to clean up my Google Photos and learning how to edit photos, and learning that it is much simpler just taking a video and uploading them into a YouTube channel. So these pictures, as I said, were almost 60 years old. At that time I visited a friend in the Philippines, and it is an era, or was a time, when there were problems in that part of the country somewhat. There were problems certainly in Southeast Asia, in Vietnam, and it was a time when we didn't know where it was to be safe. It wasn't safe to travel in all countries, but at the time I didn't know any better. I was with this friend that had been in the Philippines, and I had expected him to take care of things, and which he did. As we traveled around a little bit, I traveled a little bit in the island of Mindanao, which is the southern island. In the year of 1965, that was like 20 years after World War II, or in some areas a lot less. And the recovery of damages that had been done in lots and lots of places, certainly in the Philippines and other parts of the country or world. But the Philippines is also extremely mountainous, exotic, tropical. There's a lot of places I wasn't able to. I'd never made any recordings or pictures of things that I wish I could look back and see, oh yeah, that was pretty interesting at that place. And only my memory on some of these things are evident in what I see as in these pictures. One of those pictures, my friend, we were at a parade, and I remember he says, be careful of pickpockets. There's all kinds of them. Well, apparently there was somebody who was a pickpocket, saw him put his billfold in his jacket, and in just a matter of time, he came over to me and he says, yeah, he'd been pickpocketed. So he had a problem in getting a new passport, but it was done. And we traveled, like I said, to parts of the world we didn't know what was going on. Americans were just getting into Vietnam, which was a tragedy in itself. Some of the people here were Peace Corps people, like and the Peace Corps at that time was, I think it might have been the first year that the Peace Corps was in what we would have said was developing countries. Japan was pretty developed. I know I had taken a lot more pictures, but at the present time I don't know where they're at. And maybe someday when I have more time I will download this video and maybe try to reorganize it. But there's other videos I want to make, so I will be doing that. That's a picture in Hong Kong, I believe. I didn't have my camera in all these places, but only a few. That one might have been in Singapore. See, I was in Thailand, and then I immigrated to Australia, and on the way on immigration I started the process in Bangkok and then went down to Singapore, and then from Singapore I flew to Darwin, Australia, and then Sydney. And I do have pictures of some of the time that I spent in Australia, and I hope to get those out here pretty soon. But there's also other videos I want to make, and I hopefully will be doing that soon too. Anyway, that one man in that last picture was a remnant from World War II. He was in the Philippines in 1945, and he met that lady, and he married her, and he's from Michigan, and he just stayed in the Philippines. And obviously, you know, a lot of these pictures are things like that. You know, I don't have the recall of what it was, but I'm still putting them up. More later.